Evening, YouTube. Sitting here this evening waiting on the deer to start walking. I got you in a little early, so I figured I'd talk a little bit more about the little buddy heaters. Did a video on one this morning. That was the square one I had. This is the round one I just picked up this week. I guess they buy Mr. Heater, called the little buddy heaters. This one has the round base, what you sit the canister in, give it most stability. But I didn't talk much about the features this morning. The square one I have, it has a knob. You can turn the knob and then press down to ignite it, and then once you light the pilot light, then you have a low or a high setting. But this round one that I'd purchased, it don't have a low and a high setting on it, but it don't burn as many BTUs per hour. I think this one gets like 3,800 BTUs, where the other one on low I think burned like 4,000. On high would burn like 9,000. Which the small stands I'm sitting in, that they have a lot of air gaps in them, but nearly 4,000 BTUs, it keeps it plenty warm enough for me in here. But the other one at Square Built, it's more stable than what this is, and a lot of times during the winter I'll take that other one fishing with me and just sit it inside the boat out the way. And when the wife's with me, if her fingers or anything gets cold, I'll light it for a few minutes in the boat, and she'll sit there and get warm, get her fingers where she can feel her fingers or whatever, because most of the heat is coming up over the top of them, so there's not a lot of heat coming out in front. But you can get warm enough to warm your fingers and toes to where they're not hurting so bad. But thought I'd show you how this one ignites. Here you have the black button here is for off, but this is the on, and it says to hold for 30 seconds once you get the pilot lit, but a lot of times I hold it for only 4 or 5 seconds. But all you do is smash in on the red button. Hard to do holding the camera. Light the pilot, turn the pilot loose, let the button go in the pilot, and then it'll ignite the flames. In a minute it'll start to glow red. It'll turn it has a piece in the back there made out of something. It'll get hit red hot. Not sure if you'll be able to see it real well with the sun still up and it not real dark in here. I see a little redness coming in it now. But as far as handy to tote wherever you want to go or anything, or whatever, I mean, they're simple to use, easy to handle. This is a little bigger than what I thought it was when I was looking at the box, but still, yeah, it works fine. Puts out enough heat for me to, a lot of time I just turn them on long enough to get warm, turn them back off. And then when I start to get cold, I'll just click it back on again. They're not hard to light, don't make a lot of noise. Now the other one, you can actually turn it back and leave the pilot light burning, so then you don't have to click it to turn it back on. But there's some handy little heaters, and beats climbing up in the ladder stands, and when you don't have to, it's real cold, I'll sit in my ground stands and use a little heater, because I have climbed up in them ladder stands before. It'd be 18 or 20 degrees, and my boots would want to be stick to the rungs on the step. They'd be so cold and froze and icy, and it's kind of dangerous too when it gets like that, when it gets that cold. But now when it gets real cold, I'll just get up in one of my ground stands and turn one of these little heaters on and get my fingers warm or warm up a little, and then I'll turn them back off. But turn it off, all you have to do is smash in on the black off button and it shuts the flame down, turns it off. Then to fire it back up, you can just light the pilot and it'll catch back up. But I like them, but when you're hunting and fishing, if you could do it in cold weather, something like this, I mean, to warm your fingers up, your fingers get to hurting or your toes get to hurting, you can warm them up and fish or even hunt until start getting cold again, then fire it back up for a few minutes and get them warm and everything, then turn them back off. But anyhow, hope you everybody enjoys their day. I'm gonna sit up here and get ready just in case the old buck walks out. And it's getting hard to get the old big bucks in December, but still yet might get one. But them old bucks go back to being nocturnal around here once December comes in, and hard to get. They start walking at night. But anyhow, I just thought I'd tell you a little bit about some of the features on these little buddy heaters. Anyhow, enjoy your day. Have a good December and happy holidays.